the international organizations or the different agencies of the United Nations operating in the country, or those international organizations who actually were before on the border but now try to engage from within the country. I mean, their intention is, of course, really appreciated by all of us inside and outside the country, by all the Burmese, because the people of Burma really need the help, humanitarian assistance, all they can. But my observation of what's happening is that, I mean, it's natural for a humanitarian organization to think that, it'll be better to engage with the population from within the country so that they can have more access to the population in need. And if it were not Burma, if it were not a regime, a Burmese regime, if it were another conflict country, it could have been a different scenario. It could have been a different picture, I would say. But what they are dealing is a military regime which has systematically, infiltrated into the lives of the people, very systematically, to the point that people are not able to speak, even though they are out of the country. They are not able to speak of what is happening to them. That is like people are deeply traumatized under this regime. So even though the international community or international NGOs would like to go and help the people in the country, they are facing a lot of challenges. Of course, one is the structure of the military regime, or the red tape, the bureaucratic procedure of the military regime is way, impossible to work with, or for the international NGOs to have access to their local communities. And because this is a regime which is so phobic of like anyone coming to, challenge their authority in any way, particularly, especially if the international community coming into the country, they are afraid that is going to open the way up to bring down their authority. And they are very aware of it, and therefore they are very prepared, which is impossible for the INGOs to overcome with. There are many ways that INGOs' life are made impossible and difficult to really help the people in the country. So if you look at, for example, the different annual reports by all these INGOs or the UN agencies operate in the country, you will probably read a lot of good stories of the success of the programs, while you will still see, a lot of the a greater need to support the people or assist the people. But then when you really go down to meet with the people and listen and hear from them, if the people feel comfortable enough to tell you with no fear, you will definitely hear a different story about those programs. Because the programs of the INGOs or the international organizations, in their report, are of course labeled as their programs, but it comes down to the communities, to whatever the level, it become the programs by the military regime. So it's like the people it is a propaganda. I mean, I'll give you one example back in. I'll give one example back in 2008 after the Cyclone Nargis, when the international aid were delivered to the country, and then these authorities, the Burmese authorities, bring those boxes of the aid, and those aid are in the name of them, in the name of the military regime. It's not in the name of any country. It's not in the name of any INGOs, and they do take advantage like that, so that as if they were the one who are saving the people. See, they want to make this kind of face. So when you have a immunization program for the children, for example, and then yes, it is a UN program, but when it comes down to the ground, to the people, in the eyes of the people, it is seen as the government program, whereas it should be free, but where people even still have to pay. for their children to get the immunization. You see, so all these abuses of the international aid is something, it's difficult for the outsider to really understand except the Burmese. We, the Burmese, know so well how this regime operates and functions and manipulate the whole international